This is the day the Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad in it. Hi everyone, it is Stacy, personally gardening here in beautiful Jamaica. It is July 2, 2025, and I am going to be doing my June garden tour. Why don't you join me? So let's start right here where I have my hibiscus, one of three that caught. This is the other one, and I see evidence of life that it is going to come and bear flowers. I'm trying to just keep this crown of thorns because of its big beautiful leaves. In this tray I planted papaya seeds that I went through an extensive process using hydrogen peroxide to ensure I get a greater yield of germination. Nothing yet. Let's move right along. My thyme died. It died, and I've kind of given up on that. Yeah, here we have a big papaya. It is ready to be transplanted along with these pomegranates. This one is also ready to be transplanted. This small one here, I'm not sure what's happening. It's not looking so great, so I have to be careful with that. But let's move right along in the garden. Here, the fever grass. It still looks dead, but every time I tug on it, it doesn't want to come out, so I've just left it. Along here we still have the row of sorrel. It's coming up to summer, so I'm not going to be planting anymore. I want to see how these handle the heat. All right, here we have one of my citrus plants. I just cut off most of the leaves because I had transplanted it big and it was traumatized, stressed. And so what is going to happen with the plant is that it's going to first dry off these leaves, drop them off, and then start to produce new leaves. So I was basically helping it along with the process, which I should have done a long time ago because this was transplanted months ago. All right, along the row here we can see my sweet potato, the slips. They are still there, but I find that the first two are much healthier looking. And you can see for yourself, these first two that are growing are much healthier. The rest of them get really, really pale and a bit thinner as you go along. I'm not sure why. I don't have any experience or knowledge with it, but I'm just allowing it to grow as it sees fit. Let's jump over here where we have more sorrel, my arugula that I'm just leaving it, another citrus plant here, just leaving that as well. Right in here I have sweet pepper. They're not looking very great at all, and I'm tempted to cut the tops off, just cut the top and allow it to do something, I don't know, like starting to grow from down the base of the trunk with actual blossoms. That's crazy. But God knows what he's doing, so I just leave the plants to do what they can, and I support them however I can with what I know. Over here we have more sorrel, and this now actually has sorrel bearing on it. I think I did introduce you guys to this. Is the contraptment. It does offer some shade during the day, so that's very good, because the sorrel actually likes a bit of a cooler time, which is why it is usually planted during the winter season, fall to winter season. But yeah, I just have them growing because they decided to grow from the compost anyway. But we're moving along. There is the almond tree doing really well. Yes, lots and lots of almonds, but I haven't gotten any ripe ones to eat just yet. I continue to watch it. Ooh, yes, this bean plant is just growing and sending up more and more of these runners or vines, like lots and lots, and it refuses to go onto the guide I provided for itself, so I have to keep putting it on it. But it's just getting bushier and bushier. It's supposed to be sweet beans. I know nothing about sweet beans. Here's another plant that I had transplanted big, absolutely stressed, still continued to push out flowers, but they're not they're not germinating well. Not germinate, is that pollinating well, or I don't know. The flowers came up really nice, but the plant just still looks stressed. It never did recover, and it even grew taller, as you can see from here, but it just never really recovered. Similarly, this pepper plant, I transplanted it too big, and as you can see, it's setting up new things because it dropped off all the other leaves, right? But it has not recovered fully, I believe. And in fact, this plant that was much smaller is now bigger than it, because of the trauma that it went through. So it's very important to be careful not to stress your plants. This is another sorrel plant. It's short, it's bushy, which is not exactly how it's supposed to be from my experience, but they're not in their growing season really, and they were transplanted. Sweet pepper, more tomato, scallion. Scallion is a little bit hard. Sometimes they die, and I don't know, I'm trying not to overwater them. Yep. So this is a nice little setup here, protecting these plants or crops right there. Over here we have the other citrus plant, really so much bigger than the ones at the front, even though they started out at about the same height. They really did, because they both came from the compost. But this one has just taken off, so I believe the soil down this section is much better. It also gets more shade during the day than the citrus at the front. Here's my burial papaya tree, which I'm tempted to just uproot completely, but it's growing, and I kind of want to see what it's going to do, but at the same time I want to redeem this compost area. A little hard to do when I have lots of sorrel. Now this is what the sorrel should really look like, nice and healthy and tall, right? It's got lots of sorrel on it. You can see this is a variegated variety, right? So this is supposed to be the compost area, and I haven't really been able to use it as I'd like to. I still throw peels and scraps there. My passion vine has been just absolutely devastated by worms, just devastated by caterpillars, devastated. I am tired these days. I don't even try to pick them off. I come and I just shake I shake the plant, but it's not looking nice and healthy anymore. That can also be because of the water from the pipe that's been used to water it. We haven't had any rain. Once the rain comes, this is going to look nice and green, but right now it's nice and holy. Look at that. I can't everything. Anyway, here is Mama Aki. Mama Aki is now rivaling Papa Aki because I have not cut the middle out of this one yet. I haven't crowned it as yet. I'm just going to allow it to keep growing some more, right, as it competes with this plant in here. I planted new carrots in here. No germination in sight as yet. That's the mango that I got from the compost. It had 3 plants coming from the seed. One of those died. All right. Let me give you a bit of a wider angle. This is all planting, as you can remember. And here the leaves continue to fall off and give me a lot of work to do. All right, there is the bunch of plantains. I want to say it is filling in. They're coming along a little bigger, you know, not as fast as I hoped, but it's a learning process for me. All right, here is Papa Aki. Wow, Papa Aki gonna lead, man. Wow. So the branches, you know, they tell you, oh, cut out the top and it will grow sideways. this ackee tree is not growing sideways. It is still going up, but you can see this is where the growing tip in the middle was. That's a central point, and it's supposed to just be branching to the sides, which it is doing, but still going a little vertical, you know. So it's quite tall, much taller than I am. All right, so this is what's happening here. Let's look at my pumpkin that I finally decided to give some shade, because the heat, when I touch the pumpkin in the days, it is so hot. Now it is feeling nice and cool. I still have to inspect it for caterpillars. Like now that the vine is producing new green fresh leaves, caterpillars are consuming them already. Here I have this sweet sop tree doing quite well, recovered from its trauma of being chopped many months ago, sending up new growth. It's all about new growth. Even the coconut tree, it's looking a bit dry, but it's still doing well. Oh, that one is so far away, right? Like the other coconut tree there is doing well. It's doing well. I'm grateful that during this dry season I'm still able to get things growing, because it's really difficult, right? There we have another planting tree. I'm in the sun right now, guys. I prefer doing the videoing in the morning. I probably should try and beat the sun when I'm doing it though. Here's my Artenic orange tree. I did some light pruning of it just to kind of keep it more compressed as it continues to grow and flourish and thrive. Here we have these papaya trees starting to yellow and continue to be bunchy up the top. Not sure how to treat with that, but they're still here, and every now and then I give them a hug because they are so nice and cool, especially in the mornings. All right, so around here we had lots more sorrel, but I found out from the roots, from pulling up a few, that the roots have a fungus. So the soil around the back here has some kind of fungus on it, some white things. So when I pull out, yes, there they are. When I pull out the soil from the roots, so this entire area I plan to spray it with some chemical. It has to be chemical this time. See, because this is what is happening to all the soil. I thought I was overwatering. So once I pull them out and look at the roots, all of them have that white fungus on them. All of them. Right, so the ones that do remain, I am grateful. Especially since I didn't actually plant them around here. But yeah, I think the entire yard actually has issues with fungus, especially if it's too moist for too long. And around the back of the yard here tends to be in the shade much longer, right? And so I need to be careful of how I'm watering. Here's a banana tree doing so well, sending up shoots already. I'm really happy about it. Here's my other soursop tree, which has gotten so tall, doing really well vertically, but then I wonder what is happening to the leaves. But as I was growing up, I remember that, you know, it wasn't uncommon for me to see soursop leaves looking like this. Of course, back then as a child, I'm not thinking about the meaning of it, you know, but now as a homeowner and somebody that is always in the garden, I'm wondering why the leaves are like this. Maybe some nutrition deficiency, maybe some fungus. I don't know what this is, but something is on the underside of the leaves. Yeah, it's really hard to keep up with fungus in this garden. All right, so now I have 2 rows of pineapple. Absolutely 2 rows of pineapple. Because whenever I get a pineapple, I'm gonna plant it, right? So I recently transplanted this one. This one has gone through so much and has been moved so many times it has been moved already. right? That one I planted out yesterday. That one probably last week, and that one several months ago, or a few months ago. All right, in here we have this soursop. Hey, soursop takes so long to grow, but this is so strong and it's just been doing its thing. There is this papaya tree. Finally, you know, once they take set or they take root, they really take root. But their beginning stages are so fragile. Here I have my Jamaican oregano or French thyme, not doing as well. I think it's the lack of rain. There is also my leaf of life, not doing so great. I try not to water it too often, but of course, you know, leaf of life contains a lot of water, and so it kind of needs water. But at the same time, I'm mindful of the chlorine water as well. Here is Junie. Look at Junie. Oh boy, I cannot keep up with Junie. Junie is just growing and growing. Junie is not looking to give me blossoms anytime soon. Well, I guess it's not dew plum season either, but I'd love to see some evidence of blossom from Junie. All right, so let's see what's going on here. We missed East Indian mango tree, but we're gonna leave it. There's that pineapple. I'm hoping it will start to shoot very soon. Oh, did I show you guys the pups? That's what they call them, or shoots, pineapple pups. All right, so this has 2 on it, so I'm gonna leave this bigger one on it, or maybe I should move this bigger one. You know, basically you can't have 2 of them. You need to leave one and move the other one. So yeah, I'm going to be getting another pineapple from this, and these actually grow much faster as shoots or pups than when you grow it from cutting off the top of the pineapple. That's what I heard. All right, here's my fever grass. Had to throw some ants powder at the root because the ants love that moist kind of loamy soil, sandy to loamy soil, and the plants have it because you're going to water the plant, so they tend to love that. You know, it's not very wet, it's just nice and damp for them to live in it. Anyway, my row of gungo peas that will be coming in nicely for the Christmas. Yes, I know they're gonna come with lots of worms. It's just part of it, but they're growing so nicely after going through a very difficult start, right? Because I had transplanted some and they don't like to be transplanted, so most of them died. So what you're seeing is direct sowing that I did in the ground, and I'm just so happy to see them coming up. The hope is that these would also act as a wind barrier, right? Because the wind blows from my left side here and goes this way, blows that way, you know, and hopefully also it stays bushy enough so I can plant some things on the inside so that it's protected from the sun. All right, let us take a look at the back. You can't see anything as usual because it's so sunny. I should try doing this video in the day when sunset or something. Okay, here we have last year's tomato plants. Not much left of them. This one is still trying. This one, a few blossoms on it, but nothing to write home about. You know, they're not looking the healthiest. So this is a new plant I put next to it to replace it, right? Succession planting, I call it. And if you look over there, you can see we are going to have fruits. Yay! Sweet pepper, lots of sweet pepper. But guess what I've also been seeing, and I cannot find the caterpillar. If you look on the ground, those little black pebbles, those are caterpillar poop, but I can't find the caterpillars, and they're right under the sweet pepper, so I must find them, and those look fresh. Oh, God help me. Anyway, let us jump quickly into this little section here. Oh, there's another tomato plant and scallion. I'm struggling with the scallion. I try to modify the watering patterns, but I really don't know how to water them. You know, I need to find this caterpillar, because look, there's poop in the leaves. That means he is up here somewhere. Oh Lord, and I don't want to see, the poop is falling off. Oh, found him. See where my finger is? See him right there, big and green. That's why I can't see him. Oh my gosh, I hope it's only one of them on it, you know, because they tend to travel in bundles. Anyway, enough about the ranting there. Yes, I was going to show you my papaya, which almost got damaged by my brother. No, not my brother, my nephew. My nephew was here for the past 2 days, so my hands were full. Look how the boy take me stone and push in a hole. My spinach is growing, but it's getting a little pale. I don't know if I'm over watering it, but I heard that spinach loves water. Maybe they're too small to love so much. I don't know. Yeah, but I got some papaya coming up here. I actually put 8 seeds in each of these sections, but you can see only one has come up there. One came up there. These 2 came up after those 2, as you realize they are much bigger, and this one, nothing came up. Boy, I'm so grateful for the farmers. All right, I'll soon come back and deal with that caterpillar. Right, of course, here's the back. We're going around to the side, which I've largely ignored. Yes, the yard is getting bushy, but that's okay. Hi, bye. So around here now, these are the kind of coral pinkish colors, and all the leaves, not the leaves, all the flowers have fallen off now, but it's just still so big and beautiful, and I just love seeing it. This one is a yellow one, yellow, and I think in that corner is yellow, but these 2 here are the peachy ones in the middle. I think that's a yellow one as well. And here's my desert rose. I still don't know much about it, but it has been thriving in this corner here, so maybe this is where the home should be for it. I don't know. I just try not to move it around anymore. All right, let's go to Julie. Here is Julie. I don't know what's going on with Julie at all. I just water her every day, every single day I water Julie. But look. Big leaves now, big leaves. Julie's a big girl now, showing big leaves, yeah. All right, and here is my soursop tree. I don't know if you remember this soursop tree. I transplanted it really big, so the height that you're seeing now, which is about 3.5 feet, I actually transplanted it like this. I've removed most of the leaves, similarly to the citrus tree that I showed you, and now it is finally starting to show evidence of comeback or bounce back. I call it patience, you know, because it has really taught me about this aspect of a plant's life. This last one here, this is the mother one, you know, and look on this one, how big it is getting already. I recently fertilized, I think that was yesterday actually. I fertilized everything and everybody. I love how this is growing nicely though. I want it to fill up the pot. Yeah. All right, and here we have this main front garden. Do you see how yellow those are? I don't know why, but it's still beautiful, and I still love the front area. Thank you so much for checking out this June 2025 garden update tour with me, Stacy Personally Gardening. I hope you have a wonderful day wherever you are. God bless you. Like, share, and subscribe. Put a comment below this. Check out the description.